edition of the Nighttime Spain. This is the final edition of the program, and I'm here with you every Thursday night. But beginning next week, I'm going to be sharing with you two nights beginning next week. All right, we have made some changes in our night programs, and so I'm going to be with you two nights every week. So that's how it's going to be like beginning next week. I'm going to be sharing the nighttime with Spain with you two nights. All right. So that's the double nine for you tonight. So all of you, we want to say good evening. Welcome wherever you are. Just to know however you are listening. We'd like to welcome all of you to this edition of the Nighttime Spain. And let me let you know that this program is brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia. All right. This program, the Nighttime Spin, is brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia. So they are the ones making sure that the Nighttime Spin is aired. And so, like I said, during the course of next week, I'm going to be here with you every two nights. All right. I have two nights to share with you. And so we've made some changes. And so you will listen to know how it's going to be like. So, good evening. Welcome to it. If you're home, if you're at work this evening, those of you serving guards, security guards, we just want to let you know don't let nobody come to you and give you tea or give you bread. All right. Maybe they will put something into it that will make you fall asleep, and then they will penetrate your VIP. So you need to resist all of that. Nobody should come to you in the night and say, "My man, I got a cup of tea for you. I see you kind of daisy. Drink a cup of tea." Don't accept it. All right, please. Those of you night security guys, do not accept tea from strangers. If you want to drink tea, you can go to the full ice shop and buy your tea. All right, and serve your God. Don't take tea from somebody you don't know. All right, maybe that person have a different intention. That's why they have come to give you that tea. So don't take the tea from them. As soon as I'm getting some feedback from your end, you have to mute your mic. Okay, so that's it, folks. I'm here tonight, and I'd like to welcome you once again to the Nighttime Spain. My name is Wendell Nimne, and I'm here with Suleiman Tunis of Radio LRB. Tunis, let me bring you in now and say a pleasant good evening to you.
Good evening, my brother Wendell. Good evening, Mama Liberia. It's your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis. As my brother pronounced it well, welcome to the show, the Thursday night edition with Wendell, myself, and probably my partner will be joining us soon. It all depend if he's up or not. But I believe that he'll be here before the end of the show. So let's stay put and enjoy the show. What's happening, my brother? How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks for asking. And how are you today?
Doing fine. No complaint. All is well. Weather is
Yeah.
good. Weather being extremely friendly these days.
Mm.
Mm,
It's good. It's good. You know, the greatest thing is that when you go to bed, you see yourself up the next morning. Just got to give God the glory. All right. Because with all taking life 24 hours a day, we got 24 hours a day to live. So when you go to bed and see yourself up the next morning, don't see it because you have your, because of the fat bank account you have. See that the money you got in the bank that will make you to wake up the next morning, or the amount of cars that you have parked in your yard is the one that make you to wake up the next morning. If you're thinking like that, it means that you are just wasting your time, because it is by His grace and mercy that when we go to bed, we wake up the next morning. Some people go to bed, they don't wake up. They died in their sleep. And so if you see yourself up the next morning, you got to celebrate the name Jesus because he is the reason for your being up. So that's it. I'm grateful to be here tonight. And I'm so happy sharing the platform with you, Solomon Tunis. I see Solomon on, so let me try to bring this Bassa boy in.
Hey, my Basa cousin or Congo cousin because you Basa man, but you got Congo name, so you
That's
go.
back then. Those were the survival names. So
Okay, oh.
That man,
Anyway,
when you saying that man, when you saying hello, Jella that speech, he come in Meko. So
yeah,
that's it.
but that's how I was born.
I really
No,
more.
no, the penny.
When,
Oh,
when they tell you to tell people hello, you can make speech. You were born.
but hello now.
Let me say hello in our own local dialect. I really more.
Un po que posso me on se pode yo de pe chaka be am na weni aga.
Depending on.
De pe mi o. Ba wen de mo en hre.
Got you money.
Mo en yo nyo vle.
Mm.
Eh mo
I
gronyo
beg
mo
you
ino chawo
about that one.
bo
Apple,
de nyine omo wen
You
de
on your own now. You on your
Apple,
own.
Apple, Glepozo.
bam bam yo.
You
Mm.
on your own. Say hello to your people and
Good
your
good evening,
we
Wendell.
your we
Good
nation.
evening, Tunis. And also good
We
evening to our people of Liberia, those on the mother's land and those in the diaspora. And more especially, I want to say good evening to the, the wonderful people of We Nation in We Sagittary District, Grand Bassa County, and to the people of Wilson City, and not forgetting Holy Ghost community, my own hometown, and Gantown community is my second hometown. Good evening to all of you guys.
good evening to you too. How was your day? How is your right hand man Trump's court case is going?
Oh, well, we know that this is election interference to a highest degree, things that you don't really see in even in Liberian election. Those are the things that are going. And what is going on, Tunis? That's the same thing that happened back in the days when the True Party, because of their numbers, they were able to defunct, or in other words, suspend indefinitely the Republican Party, and then we remain a one-party state in Liberia for 100 plus years before Baka Matthews and the other guys that came in to reinstitute multi-party democracy. This is the same thing that the Democratic Party is pushing because of their numbers. But God is there for the little people and also for the big people.
But before we go further with Donald Trump, you accusing the Democrat pushings, what you just said, what happened back then nowadays. But it was not the Democrat that helped the speakers to retain his positions in the House
Oh, I don't know
just few
what you're
days
talking
ago.
about. Historically, we know
I
that.
mean, I mean, just few days ago, they were trying to. The Republicans were rallying around to remove their own speakers, but Democrats fight hard to replace to retain him.
It's not a
Do you
matter.
know about
Well, the thing is that you got to look at it both ways. If you have an agenda and your agenda, the way it's supposed to be pushed, it is not being pushed like that, but you're working in the usual way. Then other people will say, but then there is not our agenda. When the Democrat ready to go against it, and whether that thing is in the interest of the country or of the people, they will go against it because they have the number. And then at the end of the day, then we see the outcome. So again, sometimes I don't like to push our political agenda here, the way
what
we
I
do
just
things.
said to you? They help push your Republican speaker to retain his position, while the Republican himself wanted to remove him.
But
That's what I just.
this is what I'm saying, because whatever in the interests of the Democratic Party, he was also pushing it, and that's why some of the Republican, they said no, you can't behave like that, and
But what
that's
the
why
politics?
those Democrats, they were in favor of him, because he will be able to push some of their agendas, and the other people, they will not want to do that, and that's why they were telling him no, no, even though it is in the interest, is that's it, the American uh, doctrine. So whatever is in the American doctrine, both parties will push it. But if something that will be there embedded in that, that would not be suitable for the ideology of the Republican Party, they want to get clear understanding so that they can be on the same page before such thing can be
But
passed.
it's not the same Republican Party that voted for him.
I don't know whether we understand one another. It is
Yeah,
the
but
Republican Party.
you're talking about interest. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Everything you just said based on the interest.
The Republican
The
Party,
politics.
you know
Let me
how long
let me say something now,
okay,
please.
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, everything about politics is about interest. That's what politics going around interest. But before the interest came in, Republican overwhelmingly voted for this speaker just
That's,
because of
that is
little bit.
true.
Okay, so it was in their interest, right?
It's not overwhelmingly voted,
It was
but
overwhelmingly.
um,
Don't
but
forget now, it's not the speaker that there's not that speaker that they have to vote for 14 times. They have removed him. This is
that's what brought him in, because they vetted all the other person. So Johnson was the preferable choice, but it was not overwhelmingly voted for. You saw how certain population of the Republican Party, they didn't want to do that.
you're mistaking him to be the
Let me
first
let
speaker.
me beg you guys.
I'm
Let
not
me just
mistaking him.
since you want us to discuss this Trump legal battle that is ongoing. Let me just announce to my Freedom Cash giveaway folks. We just did some draw, and those of you listening that play, we did some draw. Three of you, we just send you money, and we'll call you in the middle of the show. Like I said, that's why I'm making this appeal to my colleagues that in the middle of the show, we'll call you to talk to you that so you can confirm to us that you receive your money. All right. So we did draw in three persons. We just send you money. So in the middle of the show, I will call you all to confirm. So just keep playing. Like I said, we have up to 1:30 tomorrow morning. We're not going to stop giving up cash to winners. So just dial *799#. All right. Do your selection from 11. You will see plenty of radio stations will appear. Just select 11. You enter the amount, your PIN code you send, and then you form part of the Freedom Cash giveaway. So keep playing. I'm going to give some money up to 1:30 tomorrow morning. So dial *799#, select number 11. After you do that, you enter the amount you want to play, the $100 or 70 United States cents, your PIN code you send, and automatically you form part of the Freedom Cash giveaway. Back to you, Tunis.
Thank you so much. We're talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
That's one different thing, man. I
You
forget.
think the charges that on Donald Trump? You think if it was Obama, what the privileges that Donald Trump is enjoying, you think Obama would have enjoyed
In fact,
from your
they will not do that to Obama. And you know what is going on, Tunis?
why they would not do that to Obama?
Because
If if it was Obama, I say if it was Obama in this case, you think Obama would get away with it?
in fact, they were not going to bring
Even
this kind of they were not going to bring this
even
kind of case up when it was Obama. Look, look at
what
the
I'm
reality.
saying,
What
let's assume it was Obama that in this case. I know they won't bring it because Obama didn't commit the crime that he committed.
but
Let
he
it
no, he did not
not
commit a
bring it.
crime.
But he did not commit a crime, but he had charges on him, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay, right now he had charges on him. Let's agree he have not been guilty, but he's answering to the charges that level against him. That's what the charges is.
Because they don't want
What
for
I'm
him
saying,
to,
and
let's
to, to
and
run.
and
explain.
and, and I'm always on him. Donald Trump. I think in the tone of nine. Did I 9,000? I stand to be
No, it's
corrected.
millions of dollars.
No,
This
I'm
is
sure.
a different
No,
case. The first
yeah,
case is over.
yeah. This is a different case, and that's the case that he was, fined. The
He
most
was fined
recent one.
millions of dollars, hundreds,
Well,
almost half a billion.
what Wendell is saying, they gave him gag order that he should not
Y-
say anything. And
Yeah,
usually, in a normal case, the gag order can be on the lawyers. It does not only affect one person, but in his case, uh, the gag order is on him. They don't want for him to say anything. Anytime he says something, then they fine him. They've been
yeah.
fining him 10,000 or 9,000 just because they don't want for him to say anything that is going on. Even if you go to on through social, they will still find him and all those stuff. It is don't talk your freedom of expression, your freedom of speech. We put a zip on it. Don't say anything, and that's what they're doing. And it has never happened in the American judiciary system before. But this is because they don't want for this man to be elected, never to come back to power. That's why they're doing this for is election interference, and it is clearing. It is there. You don't do that to your opposition. If they're Liberia or any African country, you see how they are going to be carrying it. But again, we can focus on our
So let
Liberian.
me let me let me come in
But
there.
why
Solomon.
wait,
Yes,
before you say something, please, what you're saying here, when you're saying the thing, you say it the correct way. Don't say he will not discuss anything. There's certain thing on
what
the case
anything you're
that he's
talking
not supposed
about?
to. You just said that the gag order is something that, I mean, they are stopping him from discussing the
From
issue. The
talking period.
case. No, a certain aspect of the case that he's not supposed to talk about. That's not anything.
No,
There's a
it
question
is
he's
it
supposed to
is
answer
it is
and
anything.
certain
That's why
thing
that's why they're
not.
telling you.
That's
You
what
just
their
look.
order is. It's not anything. Then what you going to court for if it's not going to
Usually,
be anything?
Tunis. Usually, I think you have idea in criminal justice in the gag order. They don't give the gag order to the person. Usually, it is the lawyers of the person and all of that. But and they don't just give it to one person. It is general. So if the prosecutor,
Where you got this from that they done and they are giving it to him? Because the way
this is what I'm saying.
his
This is
behavior is a cause they giving him a gear order.
because they
And the
don't
gear
want for him
order
to
doesn't
express.
mean, well, let me say something. The gear
Mhm.
order doesn't mean that you can't say anything. Then why are you going to court for? The gear order is because it's certain things in the case. For instance, he doesn't want for them to know the money that he gave to that kid, the young lady. That's one of the aspects of the gear order. And he's stopping, he trying to stop the ladies from coming in to testify. He fighting every means. And
That is not
this is
true.
why they brought him. This is why they brought the lady in to
It is
testify.
not. This is not true, Tonish, and you know that. And this is not the first time this happening. They went through the law before. The federal government did not see anything wrong in what was done. The last time we talked about hush money, and I told you hush money is not illegal. They went through it before, and there was nothing illegal in it. And then, of course,
But it's not the same hash money case they still going on.
because the state is picking it
That's the
up.
case. That's the
The
same
state,
It's the
case.
the
same hash
state,
money still going. This is today, make it almost 14 days.
Hmm.
it happened in 2016. Huh? They
It
didn't
doesn't
find.
matter when it happened, American case. It can be happening
No, but
30
this is what
years
I'm.
ago. They can still bring it back today.
If they didn't find any fault in there, then that's the same case. It is not a new case. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's not going anywhere. They're just
Hey,
wasting.
let's wait and see if it's not going anywhere. The case is in progress. Why will you say it's not going anywhere? And every day, even today, the case was in court. It
Yeah,
was in trial.
this is what I'm
Why
saying.
you say it's not going anywhere?
They don't want him to be president, so they are attacking him. They trying to stop him. You know that
Solomon,
they decided to remove him from the
Solomon,
ballot boxes in.
Solomon, Solomon. Can I come in and ask you a question?
Yeah, but complete this statement. They tried to remove him from the ballot box. I mean, 2 or 3 states. They wanted to do that. They couldn't do it because that is not.
Which of the states that were trying to move him from the ballot box?
Colorado was one of them.
And which one?
We can. That's a fact. People know that. I don't think we should.
No, I mean, if we're discussing it, you got to give, because people are learning from what we're discussing. This is a court case. That you know how many law students listening to this case? So if you're talking it, you bring some facts so that they can chalk it down. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're lying, but I don't know that the 3 states that are trying to get him out of the race, I don't see.
I just name one. So those who are listening, they might give.
But what did he do? What did he do in Colorado? That Colorado want him out of the race?
Because they said that that was insurrection. Different thing that they brought, but the person has not been proven to for the person to be guilty. You cannot remove the person from there. So they said because of the insurrection, that what they call insurrection. Okay, so because of that, they say, well, then the president, according to this article of the Constitution, he can never be president, and for this reason, we need to bar him or remove him from the ballot. And then
well,
when
you now sitting here that insurrection, if it was Obama, don't you think the case, if it was in Obama, do you think the way they're taking this case against him, that's how they would take it against Obama?
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have charged Obama. Anybody from the Democratic Party, they wouldn't have done it that way. That's what I'm telling you.
Why? If they can impeach what a man name, the Democrat president, when they impeach him, what's his name?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. He was impeached for just because he had an affair with a lady. And you say insurrection, they will not. If it's Republican, Democrat, they will not do it.
Because
you know that he was impeached.
They will not do that.
Why?
Because this is a setup. The Democratic Party. They will not do that to Obama. They will not do that to any of their political party.
Why they did it to Clinton?
Bill Clinton has an affair in the Oval Office.
He did not have an affair. He did not.
Bill Clinton had an affair in the Oval Office.
He lied. He was excused because he lied, but he did not have an affair.
Bill Clinton has an affair in the Oval Office with Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky, probably that was her name.
Was it in the Oval Office?
Yes.
I think, man.
And then Flower and some other people came out because of that. It was not alleged. It was not or 20 years ago. It was when he was in office, and he had to respect the office. Donald Trump stuff is about 20 years. It's about 20 years ago.
Donald Trump was
talking about 20 years ago.
Donald Trump was not in office when the insurrection took place.
It was not insurrection.
Let me beg you, folks.
They gave it that name. It was not insurrection. They are not going to vote for that church to start. Yep, go ahead.
We got more time to talk. Let me talk to this person. Hello. Yeah, hello, Mama. How are you? I'm fine. You see, I had to interrupt our show to call you because you received something on your phone, right?
Yeah, so
yeah. Well, you what's your name?
I'm Sarah Moore.
Sarah Moore?
Yes.
And where do you live?
I live Painesville Soul Clinic.
Painesville Soul Clinic. So you saw the message on your phone, right?
I saw it.
Okay, so
Thank you so much,
okay,
Mr.
let
Masaji.
me also say congratulations to you. So I will talk to
Thank
more callers here, more winners, because we've dispatched some money, and we just
you.
want to call to make sure that you people receive the money.
Yeah.
All right, so just keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. Don't give up.
I will not give up that my first time playing tonight.
Okay, thank you so much for
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Your first time playing and your first time winning. So that's good
Yeah,
news for
my
you.
first time winning.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Let me send controls back to you. Let's continue the conversation. What is it about this Donald Trump guy so much?
Donald Trump, one thing about Western government here, what Donald Trump is going through, if it was anyone like Obama, Obama would have been guilty long ago. That's what I'm saying. Because
So
Donald
this is
Trump
the
was the first
question.
person.
So this is the question I was about to ask. You know, with all of the legal battles that Donald Trump is going through, do you guys see him as the guy still being the favorite for the American people? Solomon, you are Republican, so do you see Donald Trump with all of what he's going through? You know, with all of the legal battle he's going through, do you see him as the favorite?
As we speak right now, um,
I want you to give me your candid opinion because you're a
nas- na-
Republican. I don't want you to be
nationally,
biased in your opinion. So
no,
let
no,
me hear.
I'm just saying,
Mm,
according to CNN poll and most of the liberal polls, Donald Trump is leading uh, in, um, in the entire United States. He is leading.
okay.
Anytime the levels something against him that's supposed to bring down his approval rating. Anytime they do that, it increases this guy approval rating. So as we speak, and Tony can attest to that, or you can also go on CNN Gallup poll and some of these other Gallup poll and see uh, how President Donald Trump is leading President Joe Biden.
One thing I want you to understand about the pool, you can still be leading and you lose the election. And it happened even the last election. Donald Trump was leading all alone until Biden came and won him in his own Republican states. He was always leading. So lead the pool by you be ahead of the pool before elections is good. A pool and the pool is not something that giving you a final decision about the election until the day of the elections. The result comes out. If you look at even if you go back in history, Al Gore was leading throughout Bush, and Bush still won him. If you look at Obama, Donald Trump and Miss Clinton, Miss Clinton was leading all along. She even won
That's
the
not true,
popular
though.
vote. She even won the popular vote. Okay, if it's not true, Google and see. I mean, I'm saying what I'm saying here. I could be wrong, but you know that she won the popular vote. And even the last election, okay, you know that she won the popular vote. She and Donald Trump won the electoral vote, but she won the popular vote. If we were going for popular vote, she was going to win the election.
Mm-hmm.
And she was leading throughout until that email issue came about. That's when she fell short in the last minute. But throughout, she was leading. And he said, that's not true. What is not true here?
No, when you say throughout, sometimes Trump will lead, sometimes Hillary will lead. During that particular election, according to the result from that election, they said Hillary won by the popular vote, and that was the result, and that's why we accepted he
That
won
was
by
the
popular
end
vote.
of that was the end of the election. But
Yeah, but
before
but what I'm
before we
saying is
reached
that
the election itself, she was leading all throughout. until the last minute, the last minute in
Okay.
October, when that email basically came about.
So the question that Wendell asked is that do you think right now the way things are going, whether Donald Trump will stand a better chance according to whatever report you are seeing, even
Yeah,
though you are saying
that's my concern,
even though you are
because
saying that the poll, whatever the poll is telling you, we should not go by it. But right now, as you and I we've seen from the liberal news and the conservative news, right now, how far is Donald Trump and how far is Trump? I mean, Donald Trump and Joe Biden when it comes to the national election as we speak, even with all of the cases that they have against President Trump.
Look, whatever you see now, well, let's wait for the election. Donald Trump could be leading, which is so true.
Is he
He's
leading?
leading.
That's a question.
Leading, but that doesn't mean he win.
Okay. So
Okay, he's still leading. And I saw this even the previous election. And before that, that's what I giving you history that
and
leading the poll at this moment doesn't mean you win.
but this is what I'm saying. Before Donald Trump was now faced with oh, that we got to remove him. You have case with the Supreme Court. You have case with I think 2 or 3 different states, and all of that. He has not been able to even go out there to campaign. They want to tie him down so that he will not campaign. The more they tie him down, the more he is gaining momentum, and that's why when they're asked, and I'm telling Wendell that is what is going on, and you should not just take it just from me because I am
so
a
you, you
Republican.
you
No,
are you are going by the current pool, giving him the lead, right?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, I myself will tell you that he's in the lead. I mean, some of the poll that comes out is in the lead. If you look at it, MSNBC, he's not in the lead. You look at the CNN, he's in the lead. You look at Fox, he's in the lead. But MSNBC, he's not in the lead. And I don't care even if it's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying I don't care, but what I'm trying to tell you that even if he's in the lead, I've seen this that many elections people in the league. One is the one with he and Miss Clinton. Miss Clinton was in the lead throughout. She even Miss Clinton even won through the debate and all,
Yep.
and you know that.
So that's what I'm telling you
And
is
still she came. I mean, he came and beat Miss
So,
Clinton.
so my man, y'all tell us, y'all
what we get
let leader Donald Trump
what we
thing.
get is telling you is that right now with all of these legal battles against Trump, you think he stand a chance? The Hillary Clinton case that you are talking about, the Al Gore case that you're talking about, there were no case or cases against any of the candidate or whether the Republican for that particular person to be in a lead the way President Donald Trump is, whatever he's going through with all of these things, still he's in the lead. And
And
that's
so
what we're
I
saying.
mean, I have no control over that. What the people want is what America is. And what this is just showing to us that America is biased when they sometimes making their decision or getting involved into other people's business. For instance, Liberia, when they put our men then in unsanctioned. Now America were pushing it, and we ourselves that all the people unsanctioned they're not supposed to take part in election. Now this man has several different cases on him. He's still running. He stay on the ballot.
Those are
Why?
allegations.
What? But
Those are
what
allegations.
about Liberia? They were not allegations.
I also listened to Tunis. Tunis said what Donald Trump is going through. Had it been Obama, he would have been convicted long since.
Long
And
ago.
what I'm saying is that the Democratic Party, their machinery, they will never allow their candidates or their party leader or whoever in turn Obama to have gone through such thing. And that's what
Why?
I'm saying.
Why? What would they
So
do?
why if the law requires that he goes through, what would he do?
Well,
Would the
if
Democrats
they follow
come and put a
if they
stop to
follow the
it?
rule of law, if they follow the law to its core, then yes, we are saying that. But when people are not following the law on a course and they're trying to give information that contradicts the rule of law, then we see those things, and some of those things they are going. For example, let me tell you this today, Wendell. You see the case with Stanton, right?
Hmm.
If Stanton was um, a Republican and Stanton giving money to the Republican Party to Donald Trump, by this time, what is going on? It wouldn't go on like that. Anybody that is connected with Donald Trump or gave with the Republican Party and gave a donation, if that was Stanton, by this time what we're talking is for nothing. So what I'm saying is
I
that
don't understand what you're saying.
the justice today is not the way. The rule of law usually go. The things are being changed in this country. They are not the way things used to be in Liberia. Things are changing, and the way they are changing, it is leading towards
Well,
lawlessness.
you're trying to say that the Republicans they are more severe on the Republican member of Republican Party than when it happened to a Democrat. Is that what you're trying to say?
Because the Democratic Party people, they have more people in strategic areas when it comes to the court system, especially in the counties that they have lawsuit against him.
Why would you
Those are
say
some of the
that?
things, and they're
Even if
pushing.
you look in the Supreme Court here in America, you have
No,
more Republican nominees than
don't go there to this. Let's because it is not. This is not. I said in the federal case, they went through all of these things. They did not find anything criminal. But
because
the
he's
state,
Republican. If he
no,
was
it's
a
not because he's
Democrat, he would
Republican. It's not because he's Republican, Tunis.
you forget to know that in this country here, Republicans, most of the time, Republicans get over a lot of things than Democrats. Okay,
Well,
you know that. For
no, I
instance,
don't. That is not a true. That is not a fact.
okay, then let me give you some instances. When George Bush stole the elections from Al Gore, which that was the first time ever happened in this country when they projected a state that this person won this state. It never happened, and they took it from that person. It was because, and George Bush's brother, they were the Republican, and George Bush's brother was the governor for Florida.
Florida, yeah.
You are
Okay,
talking about
and
isolated
when
cases.
let me finish.
But
I'm telling you what the Republican get over in this country is not even half of the Democrat get over.
that is not
Okay,
true.
when they called back that call, when they made that call back, which it never ever happened in this country, George Bush's brother was the governor there, and his cousin who made that call on Fox News. It was their cousin. And they stood up until when the case went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court was full of majority of the Supreme Court was Republican. So the case they just slapped it, and there was no way for Al Gore to get over it. He had to succumb. Okay, and that was Republican.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That was Republican that impinged Clinton for lying on the oath.
No, it's not just lying on an oath. For having an affair, which was part of the investigation with his staff in the White House.
You Google and see what was his
all of this stuff. That's what I'm saying. With what you are saying is isolated case. We all saw the Argo and things, and then whatever that particular state, the electoral college from that particular state made George Bush to win. That was in that particular election. But when you talk about the criminal charges that they're trying to put on President Trump, the same thing they said President Trump.
Say former President Trump.
President Trump. They said he removed classified document, blah 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 blah. And then even when Joe Biden was senator, And also, as vice president, he was not entitled to any classified document, but he removed those things, and they were discovered in his backyard, even in his garage. That was brought up. Even for him to go to trial, they said no, he was not competent enough to go to trial. So they dropped that. But what did they do? They continue to push the same thing that they accused President Donald Trump for. So this is what I'm saying. The justice is not balanced. It's not because of Obama, and I don't want for to racialize this that because Obama is black, so it anything by this time it has gone down. They
My
they
brother,
wouldn't have carried such
you cannot
they
take
wouldn't
that
have carried
out of
such
the
case
equation.
against the Democrat. That's what I'm
And
saying.
that is one thing about this country. You live in this country, and probably you understand very well how this country runs. There are certain issues that when they fall on some people, this happened everywhere, even in Liberia. It happened everywhere.
This case is
Only
unusual,
specific cases, like for
Tunis.
instance, yes, even Obama, when Obama made this, how you call it, what was the thing he made when this guy came, the stuff that the treaty he signed with Iran, that never happened when the predecessor signed a treaty or whatever they put in place for the incoming president to come and just condemn it and redo it again. That never happened
But
in
that's not
America.
true.
This
That's
is the
not true.
first time it happened.
No, that is not true.
Donald Trump came and just kick whatever Obama did. Many of the what Obama signed here into law, he came and kicked all of it out.
Well,
All right, with the Iran treaty.
that is not true. And even when Joe Biden came to power, all the executive order that
When
was
you say
done,
this is not true, let's say this one. Why is not true? What you say is not true. The
not
Iran
every, not
issues
every,
is not
not well, the Iran deal. Every president they do executive order, and if that executive order is not in
that
the
was not
interest,
executive order. That's not executive order. I don't know if you know about the agreement between Iran and the six this the six country and America and the five and one, which is Germany. I don't know if you know about that treaty that they signed with Iran.
well, the thing is that's what I'm saying. If whatever
Is that an executive order?
with the agreement regarding the Iran something, they look at it. That was an executive order. That the president and any president that gave executive order, if that executive order is not in the interest of the country, the other
Is
person
not
can
an
the other
executive
person can the other person can change it. When Joe Biden came in, we were drilling oil here. America became number one when it comes to gas or oil production, and we're supplying other countries. And then we're also under the Trump administration, they were building the border walls and all of that. When Joe Biden came to power, his first executive order was to stop those things effectively, and they stopped them. And that's why we started going through the high cost of petroleum in this country and other stuff. So it is not one president that will do away with whatever executive order or whatever act they put in place. That's why you call revisitation of whatever act or executive order that were put in place. So whatever they are doing, if we stay on course, that
what I
the
keep
case for
telling you,
Donald Trump is
it's
unusual. It
not.
has never happened in the history of America before, and all the other things that they're trying to make other issue that this is criminal in nation.
Let me tell you one
It
thing
is never like that, and that's why we are saying the last time I told you hush money is not criminal in nature. Okay, so there are a lot of things that they are not illegal, but then they want to make it illegal, and this is why the case is going away.
Oh,
The case
wait a
is
minute. You're dealing with people, law in this country. You're saying
anyway.
they're trying to make it illegal. Why would they try to make it illegal? This is a high profile cases you're talking about. Then you say they're trying to.
All right, I rest
And
my
they,
case.
okay, for instance, what I told you about the Joint Comprehensive Plan, that was not an executive order because it was not just America. Okay, America
Anything
withdrew.
that America sign,
America,
if they
let
find
me,
it is
let me,
not good, they
wait now,
withdraw. That's what I'm saying.
America just withdraw from in it
Yeah, but that's what I'm
because
saying.
because Trump was not Trump came because Obama and six other countries signed a treaty with Iran, and Trump came and abolished it. He said
Because
it
I
was
was not in the interest in the well-being of America, and that's
why
why
would you say,
that,
that if America president, if it was not in the interest of America and the world, which is not only America, you have five other countries, including Germany, the security branch of the United Nations, all of them put something together. He say it's not. So because it's Obama that signed it, that's why he says it's not in
no,
the interest.
that is not
You
what
see
I'm
how you
saying.
guys talk? You
That
say
is
it's
not what
not in the
that's what
interest.
I did not
That's what
mention
you
because it
say.
is Obama. No,
Yes, because
no,
who else? If
I
it
did
was
not mention
okay. So
because it is
because
Obama.
wait, let me just clear
Hmm.
because Donald Trump came and stop it. That simply means he did the right decision, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what he said because he said it was
No,
not in the
that's
interest.
not what I'm saying.
If you
If
say it's
it,
not in the interest of the American people, so whatever step he took, he's right.
if
That's
that
exactly what he
if it
said.
is not in the interest of the American doctrine, if it is not in the interest, and they said that the president,
What do you mean doctrine and what do you mean interest? What's the difference between doctrine and interest?
well, I don't think we
But
should
you're
really.
using the words to confuse the whole narration. If an American president signs something, that means he have looked over it with other country, war powers in the world, including Great Britain, France, Russia, Germany, China, all of them put together. They signed one thing, including America. Then you, Obama, Donald Trump came just because you know the reason why Donald Trump put stop to it because Donald Trump is he's in law to these our people here, the Jewish people, Israel.
Well, that
Okay,
is not so. The
Israel was
American
listen now.
doctrine.
Israel was against that treaty, that comprehensive plan. Israel was against it, and Donald Trump, Donald Trump, one of Donald Trump's children married to a Jew.
That
You know
is
that,
not
right?
the purpose. That is not the American
That's
doctrine.
one. That's part of
No,
it.
that is not it, Tunis. That is not it.
Okay, so when he came in, he was more into the Jewish who made what you call it, place Jerusalem, who made Jerusalem the capital for Israel.
Oh,
It's not Donald.
Jerusalem has always been um, a city for Israel from biblical
Yeah.
times.
But it never become official for them to be a capital city for them. It never been official.
Oh yeah,
Donald Trump
When
did
Donald
that.
Trump came to power, he said it's necessary for the historic
So he
city.
was right, right?
Of course, he was right.
So he was in the interest of the American people, right?
That was in the interest of the American doctrine. Yes.
Oh, okay, but when Obama did it, it was not in the interest of the
What
American people,
Obama?
right?
No, it was not because
Let's
Iran,
move on,
Iran,
man.
Iran
Let's
is
move
labeled.
on.
Iran is labeled as a threat in the Middle East. If you look at the RCC, America and Israel, they are not part of the RCC. Okay, so anything that they sign that will jeopardize, according to them, that will jeopardize Israel, they will not go for that. They will not stay with that. And that is the American doctrine. They will hold on together with the relationship, the treaty that they have with Israel. So nobody can change it, and that's how it is. So I mean,
So
when
what Obama came in as a president and joined the other country, the Security Council of the United Nations, the five plus Germany six. It was not in the interest, right?
well, it was not in the interests of America and Israel. When Obama came to power, his whole thing was the Arab Spring. Okay, and through that, we know how the area was destabilized and what went on. But I don't want to go into all of those stuff. If we want to limit it to the Donald Trump case and why he is actually winning, then we talk about that. But if we bring in about this treaty that was signed, what is it? Anything that would pose threat to Israel, America will not stand with anybody who will be doing that. So if a
So
president, if a
why do they give Obama the go ahead to sign that comprehensive treaty with the five plus one country with
well,
Iran?
the thing is that the uranium, I mean the people that you are talking about, they said they are using whatever they have for energy, for electricity, but it was beyond that. They were building nuclear weapons, and then for them to have nuclear weapon in that region, uh, the America deemed it necessary that it would not be in the interest of Israel, because all the Arab countries surrounding Israel, they don't want for Israel to survive, to stand, and that has been the fight time immemorial. So if anybody signs something and they say, okay, maybe this is for just for energy purpose, but now instead of using it for energy purpose, they are going beyond just for energy, but developing those kind of sophisticated
Well,
weapons. So
you don't know much about this issue. All right, you only know the basics of this issue between Iran and America and Israel. Because Israel, Israel have nuclear weapon, right?
I did not mention anything. I said they did not want for
I, I'm not saying you
Iran
did.
to have that.
I didn't say
I
you
know,
did.
I know,
I'm
I
only
know. Israel
asking you.
has nuclear
I,
weapon. I know
I
South
asking
Africa
you.
has nuclear weapon. I know
I'm not going
India
through
has a
that.
nuclear weapon and all those stuff. Yes, I know.
Okay, just say you know, then we move on. You know, Israel have nuclear weapon, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I
and
heard.
Iran is a big country. If Iran wanted a nuclear weapon, America can stop them. Israel can stop them.
Okay.
Okay, they themselves they have weapon. If they want to make a nuclear weapon, America will never even stop them. They said that they don't want it because their fatwa, which is their law in their country, don't give them the go ahead to have a nuclear weapon.
That is not true.
What is true? They said it. Google and see.
That
They
is, that,
keep
that is
saying that.
not true. That's not what
They,
that's not what the prime minister. That's not what they can be
they
saying
say they will not
in the
make
news.
nuclear weapon
Yeah.
as a weapon. They have nuclear energy for medical purposes, but not
That is sheep.
not a
That
weapon.
that is wolf in sheep clothing. That's why that's a presentation they gave to.
That's your belief. When America said to the world that Iraq has a weapon of mass destruction, and they killed millions of people in Iraq, was it true?
No, it was not true.
Okay, so
But
how you call that?
this is what I'm saying. The Bush administration at the time, they were looking for point uh, uh, to weaken that particular country. So whatever they wanted to present to the world to make their case, they did all of those stuff. But then when they did follow up, it was proven that Iraq did not have weapon of mass destruction. But they have weapons, but they did not classify it. The chemical, the countries that are involved with the chemical stuff, they did not classify this as a weapon of mass destruction. But again, I don't know. We keep moving from the focus point to generalization and
You are the one that moving
For me,
because
I'm here listening. Or when you're ready, then we'll take calls. You're talking
you
America.
are the one
So,
that moving from point to point.
yeah. So
You giving Donald Trump. I'm telling from day one. I told you I said what the kids are on Donald Trump.
when you're ready,
If
we'll
it
take
was
calls.
anything like Obama would have been found guilty and probably even put in jail or something like that. Even though he's a president, probably they will escape that because for them to put American government, American president in jail, it would have to be really, really thing that they have to think over.
But this is
So
this is what we are saying.
what they're trying to, I mean, I'm not talking about the J turn, but they can still give you, they can give you charges and make your entire world very bad for you. That's one thing about America. They can do that. They can take many rights from you that you can't make any move happily. Like for instance, when you get a felony in this country, okay, most of your right can go away, including your voting rights. Even to
Well,
find a good job is very hard for you to get a good job you are being guilty or found guilty of felony.
not
So they
necessarily
do
so.
that. Then explain your part of me if it's not
But the,
necessary.
the thing is that it
If you
depends
have
on
a felony, uh, go ahead.
when you have felony and the government, if they have something that they can use you for, they can let go that and bring you out. For example,
Like what? Give me
Donald
example.
Trump's lawyer, the one who was Donald Trump's illegal advisor, the lawyer,
Mhm.
did he go to jail?
Was he found guilty of felony?
Yes.
What was what was his charges?
He lied on an oath. That is a felony. And then he himself confessed it. He was in jail. But because they wanted to use him as the proper witness against Donald Trump, they struck a deal. And that's what
So
I'm saying.
the deal.
It depending on what they want to do. Anybody can commit a legal crime and felony crime. If they want to use you, the government want to use you, they can strike a deal. So
But
that's what
that's
I'm saying when
different.
you're saying other that say, well, it's not really true. What you're saying?
Well,
Because
why is that true? Am I lying that when you have a felony in this country, if you are charged with felony in this country, you lose your voting rights and you lose a lot of other rights? Am I lying? Is
no,
that a law in this country?
that is true. But what I'm saying is
But then what is you saying is not true?
no, what I'm telling you is when you commit any a crime that is a felony in nature.
When you are guilty of felony,
Yes, that's why
don't
that's
you
what I'm saying.
don't you lose most of your rights?
You can lose your right.
So what is not true now? You say
And
that's
then
not.
I say also it depends on when the government needs you.
So when you say it depends, that means it's true. Even if we say it depends, that means that condition now you bring it in. Then when you say it's not true, that means that's not true at all. When you commit felony, you don't lose your right. When you say it's not true, if you say or you bring up that it depends, then that's condition in it. Like for instance, what you just saying, if you work with it, if you work, even that they would erase a felony out of it. They would because they would strike a deal with you. And being that they don't want to give you the felony charge, if you help them to solve the problem the way they want to, they can take away the felony so that you will not be charged with a felony and they bring it down to misdemeanor. That's what they do.
But that
So
was
they
not
are
the
not
case.
even charged with
That was not
felony.
that was not the case with the person that I mentioned. But again,
And what did he do?
once you commit a felony, yes, you will lose your right to vote, and some other rights.
So why you say it was not true?
The way in which you were saying, and I said,
Which way? That is it you just
okay, it
said.
is true. It is true.
You bastard, man. I don't know what's wrong with
No,
you.
it's not nothing for to really argue upon. I said there are
But
certain things
I'm
that
telling you,
somebody can do.
a
It
felony charge in this country.
depends on
Even
your
do you
political
know
tie.
you have felony in this country as a foreigner, even as a green card holder, if you commit a felony and you go to jail more than 120 days, you know, I think it has 6 months. You know, they can deport you
Of course,
if you go to jail for over 6 months. I think so, either 120 days or over 6 months.
anything that is felony in nature, they can decide. Especially if you are not a citizen, they can decide to deport you.
If you go to jail, if you go to
Well, you
jail
can
for
commit
certain
any
crime.
crime as felony and you don't go to jail. This is what you are saying. But all right,
Yeah,
if you go to
there
jail,
are some felony, you don't go to jail, they can give you a probation.
really?
Yes. There are
Okay.
people who commit felony. If they felony, they got felony in categories now. It's not just felony, they have level of felony.
So
They
which
have
felony when you
felony.
commit, you don't go to jail?
I don't know. For instance, okay, let's assume that this is your first crime in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say for drugs, okay, drugs like heroin. Anytime they take a heroin, they get caught with heroin. All depend the quantity of heroin you get caught with. That's a felony, okay. Probably because it's your first offense, they can give you probation. All right, they can give you probation because it's not. There's a category of felonies. It's not. It's not weapon, and it's not you fight somebody, you wounded somebody. This is just a little drugs is so with you. If that's your first offense, most of the time they will put a felony charges on your record, but they will not send you to jail.
Okay.
They can do that,
All right.
and that means you are not. They can deport you.
Okay. I don't know about that one. So thank you for the information.
Okay. But felony charge in this country, is a very severe charges, but they are all on. They got felony count one, count two, or one and two, or three. They got all of that. But anyway, let's bring in
The
our
one thing that we have to have in mind, bringing about all of this stuff, you brought in about the impeach, Republican impeached Bill Clinton for quote unquote lying on an oath. The same thing, Democrat impeached Donald Trump twice. So this is the political game that people play. So I cannot say, oh well, if this were Obama, crime would be more because of Democrat or because of so and so things. This is how they make their political game. Some things have sort of be criminal in nature. If they want to decriminalize it, they will frame it in a way so that it can be. But with Donald Trump, some of the things are supposed to be misdemeanor, which is not a felony case. That's why they want to prove it to be a felony case.
everything
And
Donald Trump did in the case is felony trial. That's why they're sending it to a Supreme Court. When your case reaches Supreme Court, it's a felony case. Okay,
well,
they have a little criminal courts that they do it in the lower what they call it. If the criminal court see fit that they can, your case is more than being in the lower court, they send it to Supreme Court. That means you are now being charged, you're being indicted, and he was indicted. As long as you are indicted, you go to felony now.
this is what I'm saying. If they want to do it that way, so that you don't have any more privilege of taking part in some of those various things that you talk about when you commit whatever crime you commit on the felony category. This is why they want to push it to make it that for it to be in that category. And that's what I say. Even the hush money, those are not a felony case, especially when they go through and there is no
On that level of that hash money, it can be felony. That level of the money, the amount of money that was spent,
but that's what I'm saying.
it can
That's
be
why they're pushing it
categorized
for
as
it
a
to be
felony.
that way. For it to be
All
felony.
right.
That's why they
This
have
is
for them
not
to prove it that way.
few $100 business you're talking about. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, 130,000. That's what you're talking about, and more.
Even
All right.
if it is that, there is nothing legal or illegal in that. If I gave somebody a certain thing, oh don't tell
Okay.
my
If it's
business and things like that. It's not felony in nature because I
let's
gave you money for it
agree,
not to say anything. What is a felony
let's
case
agree.
when somebody sleeps with a playboy star because this person she does make her living through pornography. She's a playboy style. Okay,
Okay.
and this
Let's
is why they said
agree.
20 years ago that's what happened, and that's a case they want to use as a felony,
Okay,
and
let's
that is
agree.
not a
What I
felony
want you to
case.
understand,
Yeah,
what I want you to understand,
yes, sir.
even though it's not illegal, but under the circumstances, they lied that they didn't do it. Okay, if you know it's not
That was not
illegal,
a charge against him, though.
listen now, because they lied. That's why. That's why the case coming up now because they say they didn't do it.
No, the case coming up now because the Attorney General of New York from day one said that it will make Donald Trump not to be the person he is. You're gonna hurt him in every area, and those are election campaigns because they
He
don't
has to
like him.
have
So
charges
that's
on
why they're
him.
doing all those stuff. And then
No,
what we
no,
are
no,
saying is
no.
that
When you talk like that, you're talking like you don't know nothing about the case. You think I would just, because I don't like you, I would just bring you to court
but
if
telling
you
some of
don't
the
do
stuff that you
anything?
say, it depends on who you're getting your
Or
information
you
from,
say
and
that
they
you're
think
not
that I'm
telling
saying
these
this
things
is the whole thing.
because you love this guy so
No,
much. Even
it's not
somebody
because
that
I
you
love
you don't
him.
see it.
I'm
But
looking
what I'm
at the
saying
rule
to
of law,
you,
not because I love him. The
okay,
things
let's
that they're
agree.
doing to
Look at
him,
the rule of
they
law.
have
What
never
I'm trying
done
to
it in
tell
the
you
history of
is
the
that he
country.
lied. He said no, he didn't do it. That's the reason.
That
If
is
let's
not
agree,
that is why you and the persecutor, that's what they said, but that is not the reality, and that's why they're going through
okay, but then
the case.
let it play out. Let us see
Okay.
whether he didn't do it. If like when we're talking about what a man name, the president Clinton. Clinton lied. He said he never had sex with Lewinsky. That was his first thing. That played out. That was one of the things because he lied. That's the reason why the case was tough on him, and that's the
So
same
did he
thing.
commit that particular having sex with his aide in the office? Was that confirmed that he did?
He lied. He said he never have any. Listen now. He said I didn't
But
have
was there
any.
any relationship?
Well, now you asked me. Let me what it called.
Mm-hmm.
You know the case, and I know exactly what I'm saying here. He lied, said that he didn't have anything to do with Lewinsky, which they have oral sex. They have oral sex. They didn't have the homework like the normal homework, but they have oral sex.
Is that sex?
Oral sex. Why you think sex is involved? They say oral sex.
Is
But
it
this is what
oral
I'm
sex?
saying.
They did that sex,
He,
but not oral sex.
he committed sexual crime with the office
He did not commit
in the
crime. It was not to commit the crime. He lied. He said he didn't do it. So, and he lied on that point. That's perjury. That's why the case was on him because he lied.
so even if I said, "Oh, he did it," then they were not going to
It would have been
prosecute him.
different. It would have been different.
Okay, but
It would
again,
have
that's
been
what I was
different.
saying earlier. That this man, Donald Trump, the allegation that they're talking about this, it happened about 20 years ago. With
If
this,
it happened, he said it didn't happen.
I said what the allegation that the allegation happened about 20 years ago.
How old were they when
He did
it
not
happened?
do it. He did not do
20
it
years ago,
in
how
in
old
the,
were
in
they
the, in the, in the, in the, in the executive I mean in the White House. Bill Clinton, he did his sexual act in the Oval
No, no,
Office.
no, 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 no. What happened 20 years ago is not what they are doing. The money they spend is not 20 years ago. It's when you were president. That's when they wanted to shut this guy mouth.
The
The,
act happened
the act
about 20
itself,
years
it
ago.
happened 20 years, but that's not the case. The
The
money
act
he
happened
spent
about
and
20
he
years
lied.
ago, and
No,
then
no, no. We're not talking about 20 years ago. He was president when they spent the 130,000 to shut this guy mouth up. President.
when they paid that money, he was a candidate. He was a
But still,
candidate
they were not
at the
20 years
time. And
ago.
then
It was not 20 years
that
ago.
was his first tenure, and they did not find any. It was not anything that is felony in nature
You don't
and
know
all of
much
that.
about the case, man. You
And
don't know
then
about
this
the case.
particular state is picking it up because the states they have their own.
You just told us that the thing happened 20 years ago. The case are on him. And it's not 20 years, it's not because he slept with a girl. That's not the case. It's the money that he spent. That's the case. And he just spent the money just when he was president. That 20 years ago,
So so the money is felony in nature. The spending of the money is felony in nature.
he
Was it
lied.
was it was it in
They didn't spend our money. He didn't get our money. He lied. So that lie, the one that caught him, that's what make it bring him into court.
no, that is not so. But let's move on.
Okay, if it's not true, you always say it's not true, but when I ask you, you explain it, you come back to exactly what I'm saying. You just told me this 20 years ago case. I say it's not. How old was this guy 20 years ago?
I have no idea. Even if you
Okay,
were 20,
how old is
even if you were 27, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. They get. I don't think it was. If first of all, it's not because he has an affair with this girl. That's not the case that on him. You know that, and I know that. So don't go back 20 years
But what
ago.
I'm saying, the indictment that they did, the way they want to frame the case for it to make this case to be felony.
Do you know
That's
how
what we're
they
talking
indict
about.
people? Do you know how they indict people?
The
Do
way
you
they
like
indict people is not the way they indicted Donald Trump. And even if they find jury,
why?
they bring jury of your peers, and you know that all of the people that they brought as jury, they were not even jury of his peers. So we
How?
know that
Why will you do that?
the way things are going.
Oh, why? Why would you say that? Because you favored him, so it was not good.
Did you look at it? The age, the
They
ages
brought
of
them
those
from. They brought
that
them
are on the
from China.
jury on this case.
Did they bring them from China?
Yeah. Anyway,
How do
usually
they
said
indict
when you
you?
are when you
How
are
do
doing
they
a
indict?
trial when you are doing a trial jury, usually they use a jury of your peers.
How do
When
they
when when when
indict
when,
you?
when
Just tell me
eh,
that before you reach to the trial jury, how can you be indicted? How do they indict you?
I've never been indicted before,
I think it's time that we can take calls because this whole discussion is just centered around this Donald Trump.
and it's not
I don't know
supposed
what
to. It's
I
not
don't know
supposed to
what
be.
about our listeners will take keen into this discussion tonight. But I
But,
mean, I would just
but
watch I would just watch the show tonight because I don't have any interest in discussing Donald Trump. So
But
I was just I would just sit back here and listen when you're ready to take calls. Just please
but
alert me. And
let's talk
it's not
about
because of Donald Trump. We're talking about what
let's
is
talk
going
about this guy.
what is
The
going
president.
on.
Go ahead.
What is going on. And I don't know how we got here, but that is the whole thing. People trying to to bring something to be felony when it is not. They bring something. They want to make something to be illegal when it is not. And those are some of the things. And what is going on in America has never happened in America before. But again, not because it had never happened before, so it should not happen. I'm not that type of person that would say so. But we all know the bottom line of everything. If Donald Trump had not said, because the first time when the money was paid, Donald Trump he were able to run. That was in 2016. Now Donald Trump declared his intent to run again. So they bring in the same case back so that they can nail him. And this guy, he has not been able to even go on his campaign trail to do anything. Then they give him gag order. You can't talk. We make you to be a bobo. You don't do that to your opposition. You cannot abuse your power because those that are in power in those various states, they are a Democrat, or let's say for CDC to be doing something, and then we say, oh, CDC, you are because you are in power, you're doing so and so thing, or for United Party to be in power to do what they are doing. If other people look at it this way, this is the same thing that is going on here. So we got to look at it from our own Liberian way, the way things are going over there, and then we look at it from the way things are going. And usually, when anything like this happen in America, we feel that America is a country of law, so nobody will try to bend the rule of law. And I'm telling you, the way things are going these days, justice is no longer the way justice would have been, because people are they are changing it to suit their interest, and that's what I'm saying. Even when it comes to giving people sanction in Liberia, it depends on the interest of America and the involvement of this person and what have you. Those are things that are going on. Uh, and we don't see it that way. When other people committed a crime because of their party of affiliation, they did not do anything, but those are affiliated with Donald Trump and the Republican Party, the way in which they are being treated, it has never been like that before. So things are changing, and I'm telling the Liberian people that the same, or the American people, the same thing that happened in Liberia from the weak party that they did to the Republican Party, for which they dissolved the Republican Party. This is where America is heading, so that they can go back to that one-party system that they started in Liberia. So this is what is going on today. Things are changing. The way the law used to be, it is not like that. Things are changing, and not because it is in America. So whatever they do in America, that is super justice. It is not the way things used to be. The enemy, Satan, has come in unaware and is changing every setting of our society, whether in the government setting or in a church setting or in whatever setting. This is what we're going through today.
Okay, how you might be railway saying, but how do the court procedure go about indicting someone?
I told you before. I don't know.
Huh?
Even if they go through jury, they will say jury of your peers. Okay, but I'm telling you the way in which things are going with the Donald Trump case, that is not normal. That's what I'm telling you. And
But
again,
because
Wendell, when it comes to the Republican and the Democrats, something, of course, majority of our Liberian people, majority of them, majority of Black people, they've been misled that, oh, the Democratic Party is a party of the Black people, the party of the minority is a party of the poor people. So anybody that is of that nature, then you're supposed to cling to the Democratic Party. But that is not a reality. So other people, other Black people, other brown people, they are also clinging to the Republican Party based on whatever values.
Something. Can you just give me some time to give you time to talk, please?
Okay, go ahead.
If you look at the Republican chairman right now, he's a Black man. You know that. The chairman for Republican, you know he's a Black man. Do you know that? Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's your party. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and those days that people you feel that Black people are Democrat, those we are not in those days again, because you have seen enough strong Republican Black icon in this country. But to come to my question, how the cruise procedure goes about indicting someone, especially high profile like Donald Trump, and you sitting here condemning the court system in the country, saying that it was not his peer.
Was those his peers? I'm talking about the juror.
When you mean his peer, what do you mean?
I don't know, unless we have a different definition for when the word say peers.
Yeah, when they tell us what you mean when
No, I don't know unless but when they say peers, we all know you will be judged by your peers unless there's a different.
When you say it was in his peer, that's what I'm asking you. What you mean when you say peer? What do you mean?
I mean, from what the meaning of the word is, my peers.
That means
unless peer is your fellow human being.
Your peer. You mean your peer, your kind of people.
That's what peer is.
Almost, yes.
Oh, okay.
Your peers.
Well, I think when they talk about the peers and things like that, they look at it, the age group, the dynamic of the age range. That's your peer. They fall into that category.
That's the same thing as your kind.
Oh well, your kind is something that is more than being from the age group.
So the people they brought, it was not his age group.
Yeah, but why should we be tracking this thing? You have people that were in their 20s.
You're making a point here. I want us to deal with.
But the thing is that you know that that was read over and over those people that different people that they
Why
brought
it got
in
to be
from different
different people? It got to be because they're not going to bring one set of people as a juror.
honestly, I'm talking about jury by your peers, and then and that's why you
Juror by
drinking
your
it.
peers mean the people around. When they say peer, your equals.
But those are not the juries that they have on Donald Trump on this jury trial. If it
Who
is a
was
jury
that?
trial,
Why they must bring people his age? All of them got to be in his age group or people who knows. First of all, most of the time when they bring a juror for a juror's case, if they bring you as a juror for a case, they bring in people who have no knowledge of the case.
so
That's
all the
one.
jurors that they brought in, they have no knowledge about the Donald Trump
That's
case.
most of the time. The cases that they bring juror, they want bring people who have no knowledge of the case. The first time of the hearing about the case is when they're sitting as a juror.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how it goes.
But that is
Most
not
of
the
the
that's
time,
that that is not how it is
if they
going. That
ask
is not the
you,
case.
most of the time they can deny you if they say you know about the case. They can deny you. They have
And
sent me a juror. They have sent me a juror tutor before,
mm-hmm.
and these are the questions they ask you. If you know about the case, most of the time they can take you.
If you want to serve there and you want to make your point, yeah, you can say, oh, even though you know about the case, you know, I don't know about the case, so that they can pick you.
That's different. They don't know if you know about the
But this is
case or
what
not, but they
that is
will
what
ask
I'm
you that
saying.
question.
There
If
is
you
not,
say
for
you know
example,
about it, why you
but
think most of the time they move the case from one point to another?
sometimes they say you will not be able to get a fair trial in that. Why did they not move the particular case of Donald Trump? Why did they not move it to Staten Island?
Because it's not something that they got to move it.
You
If
see,
Donald Trump going to
and they
if
know
Donald
that is
Trump
that
will
he
request
can't
for
get a
that,
fair trial. He
if
cannot
Donald
get a fair
Trump going to
trial where
request, listen now, if Donald Trump going to request for it, they probably will look at it.
no, they did
But
not. The
he didn't
lawyer
request for
the
it.
lawyer requested for all of those stuff that he will
No,
not
no,
get
no,
a
no.
fair
Don't
trial.
I
He will
brought
not
it
get a
up.
fair trial
Don't
in that
no no
district.
don't say that. I brought it up. That's why you bring it up. Donald
No,
Trump
I'm
never
telling you, that's why I say this
asked.
case is
I listen to
unusual.
this case almost every day.
Yeah,
Donald Trump
because
never
the
requested.
people that you
When he
listen
said
it
about moving
from,
where?
that's what I'm saying.
What did
I
he
listen to the
said?
case.
Where
I
did
listen
he
to the
move
case
it?
too.
He said they will move it where?
I'm saying you brought in about them. Why is then they will move the case to a certain place, and I said, but why they didn't move it to Staten Island where Donald Trump got more vote, but then they carried to a place that he got less vote in a
First of
particular
all,
district.
Staten
So
Island here. First of all, Staten Island here. We know about the case, so they're not bringing case. They only
so
bring
in
the
Manhattan, they
case.
don't know about the case. Why are you trying to say, Tunis?
That's not the kind of case that they move.
So
That's not the
I
kind of case.
understand that, but you want to
And the
tell me
Donald Trump
is that the reason they did not bring the case to
did not
Staten Island?
request for it. Donald Trump never requested for a case to be moved somewhere else. If he have requested for that, they would have probably reconsider it or deny it. But
Oh,
he
really?
never.
Okay.
He never. They asked him to come to court. He flew from Florida. He came to court because he doesn't live here any longer. He lives in Florida. Every time he come to court, he flew from Florida to here. But let's say, so what about this? Our president travel here in Liberia. You know anything about it?
In Liberia or in
In
Texas?
the U.S., in Texas, Dallas. I don't know if it's only that's the only state he's visiting. Do you know anything about it?
Well, the only thing that I know was the president turned down the African summit, and then he was able to honor the U.S. Africa summit, the one that you and I we went to when President Weah was still our president. This one usually they have their summit in Washington D.C. Or maybe within that tri-state, Maryland, Washington D.C. You know, Washington D.C. is not a state, but within that vicinity, either Virginia or Washington D.C. or Maryland, they always have their those kind of summit when world leaders are coming. But this time around, probably they decided to have it uh, in Texas. And usually, when such thing going, it will be on air that the president of Liberia is coming. Then you will see the way in which they're coming, and then they will do reflection on that. That the president from the other African country, and you saw all of those things that I'm talking about. This time around, it is something that is very, very unusual. I've not been able to see such thing. All I heard that our president was here, and he was in Atlanta, Georgia, and then the summit was to be in Houston, which today I think today is the last day of the summit. And
Houston or Dallas?
well, I mean in Texas, I don't know which area, but in Texas.
It's in
Uh,
Dallas.
okay, so that's
But
all I know.
I don't think it's the same conference that that our president came. I don't think it's the same thing. This is a business something. It's not the head of state something that the George Weah came to the last time. This is quite different.
Well, the one that Joey came to, the online what we're going to be discussing. Business was a significant portion of that, and some other stuff they discuss about the rule of law and some other stuff, and things like that. With this one, I don't know specifically whether it is something that has been uh, propelled by USAID, or for those that not USAID but the the organization that is in charge of agriculture and things like that, because I've seen some other people from other non-for-profit that has to do with agriculture and things like that. So I really don't know the detail of this summit. It is not like the Africa US summit that was held that you and I we attended. Uh,
The Africa and U.S. summit was for head of states. This one is for whether head of state come or representatives, but most of these come with ministers because most of those who came from other countries, I think only two countries they have their head of states there, which is Liberia and Kosovo. But the rest of them was ministers, either foreign ministers or agriculture ministers, and
okay,
so on that. But our president came and Kosovo. I think Kosovo is somewhere around Russia area, right?
yeah,
Okay,
well, they were at the Sarajevo, Kosovo,
right. They were in
they are all in that
the
same.
90s.
Hmm.
Okay, so our president came and he came with a very large contingent. I think about more than 25, right? Wendell,
Mm.
how many uh, members in the group that came
Well,
with
I
the
can get
president?
I can give you the exact figure, but I'm told the president traveled with more than 20 persons.
Okay, so and, they, and he's they are the only president. I think Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, our neighbor, none of them, they send representatives, but their presidents did not turn up,
It
and
was good that our president came. He's ahead, so it was good that he came. We see what's going to happen there.
we heard that the member of his group, there were so many that there were not enough seat for all of them. Some of them had to sit on the floor, wear dress because the seat was for just certain number of people from one country, not any amount of numbers you bring. So we saw pictures that flowing around the internet that some of them were sitting on the floor. Even I think the press secretary also was sitting on the wear dress sitting on the floor. So that's what happened. And I don't know if they will come this way because they are all the way Midwest. We don't know whether they're going to come and meet us here.
Well, that would be a good thing. We know that on the East Coast, this is where we have a vast of the Liberian population. So I think since that his first time coming to America, since he was elected president of the Republic of Liberia, I think would be a nice thing to do if he can come on the East Coast, even if it is not New York City or New York, and if you decide to come to maybe Philadelphia or somewhere.
I mean, he
Uh,
have to come to New York, even whether he like it or not, because United Nations Summit will come. He will have to come.
mhm.
That's a compulsory that somebody have to come, either him or his vice president or whosoever he sent to come and represent. But that's
You
a
know, sometimes people can they can if it is not the person of your choice or whatever, then you will want to take things everything that the person does, you take it out of context and you condemn it and what have you. We know that it's been clear that President Boakai has relative here. I think one of his, cousin or nephew or grandchild, so to be graduating, and we know that May is normally graduation month here in the U.S., and that was one of his reasons for coming to America. And we
who's
also know
no
that
who graduate in May.
I said there was information that his either granddaughter or one of the relative be graduating, and it was a good time for him to come to the graduation. So
You say May is one of the
I
month
said
of graduation.
here in America, most of the graduation from colleges, university, they are normally done in May. When I was graduating, our ceremony was done in May, and most of the other thing institution, their graduation is in May.
The grandchild graduating from college.
That's why we. I don't know whether it is college, but the grandchild is graduating, and that's what some of the information that we gather from some reliable sources. But again, not everything that people will say that is a fact or that is not a fact. But there are reliable sources that one of his relative um, uh, was graduating, so he came earlier before the summit to have attended that particular uh, uh, gathering. Um,
But
and of course,
where this graduation taking place at?
oh well, I don't know whether it was in Atlanta, but I did not get the detail. I didn't ask detailed question the way you asking me from the people who we gather some of those information from. Um,
But they left. You know when they left Liberia?
I know they came here before the summit started.
I think if I'm not mistaken, they left on the 6th or the 7th. The 6th, and I think they flew straight to Texas.
Oh, okay. Again,
And
that's a
they should
conflicting
have
statement.
left. They should have left Texas today if protocol go well. They should have left on the 9th back to Liberia,
Okay,
except some other thing happened. But that was what was put together
okay,
to leave Liberia on the 6th, get back on the 9th.
okay. Well, yeah, again, you may be right. I don't have the detail that you have, which I thank you for that. But that's what I'm saying. People were giving.
That's why I don't want to talk about it
Yeah,
because most of the time you talk about something. Yeah, I heard about the graduation, but I don't even know where. I don't know
yeah.
the
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
who and all of
I
that.
don't know how
Like
factual that is.
the president, if you remember, during our Oma Ellen came here, I think, at the UN, and also went to Florida. I think one of our grandchildren was graduating also, and she
Hmm.
went for that graduation. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was not hidden. It was not something that we got to find out, blah, blah, blah. It was something that was open. Everybody knew. in the different things,
Sometimes they will say, other people will say, oh, well, maybe he didn't say that because he was accusing Joria spending a lot of time in America or wherever for his son a soccer game and what have you. So probably those are some of the things that they don't want to disclose some of those stuff. But the more they don't disclose some of those things, uh, somebody who will see those things, they will let the Liberian people know. Again, as you said, those were rumors that we heard about the president relative graduation, and I don't have any other information, any pictorial on that. So that's why um, we I can give anybody uh, a fact on that.
Wendell, what's up, man? What? You playing the game or you want to
I'm not
call?
playing any game, or I'm just here listening to you guys.
We appreciate your silence tonight, and we're sorry we limited the entire.
yeah, because
Yeah, you
I
gotta
didn't
bring a
have any,
Democrat, Republican
I
team
didn't
down
have
here.
any interest in discussing the American politics because it wouldn't benefit, me. So I just decided to let you guys who are there to discuss it because
So
it's
can
going to
you please
benefit.
take the whole time to say whatever you want to say? We will shut up just like what you've been doing.
No, when you're ready to this, we can take calls. I think you guys are
No,
going through all
we
of the.
gotta, you gotta talk about the bicycle guys, or you talk about the president. Just something
No,
we give you like 5 minutes to say
I
something
think we
about
already
whatever.
done. Tunis, the discussion is okay, and you guys already, took the lead. And I think we shouldn't be going back and forth on this issue. I mean, when you're ready, I will take the calls. I don't want to
Yeah,
get involved
But,
too
but
much.
what we saying with Dell, there were things that we started last week. I mean, the same week that we're going to continue to get the detailed information, uh, and of course, this Republican Democrat thing took over,
I know,
and
and
things
we
that.
don't have
But,
ample time. That's why I'm saying maybe we can use the 50 minutes we have, to interact with our callers. Yeah.
but what we were saying is that I know there was some sort of settlement with the cyclist, the motorcyclist, and that of the Liberian government, or with the police, and things like that. So
When you say some settlement, what settlement are you speaking of?
I think I overheard that either the vice president or somebody intervened. So I don't know what was that intervention, um, and what is the way forward, because we were saying um, if the motorcyclists, they are part of the commercial thing in the country, uh, where
Solomon, then
any
we can discuss that. We can use that on our throwback tomorrow. All right. So I don't think we'll have enough time
okay,
since our time for calls and comments
okay.
limited. So I think it will be good that we take calls. Maybe we can throw that up on the throwback tomorrow. You and I are always on the throwback, so maybe Tunis and I we can start that discussion on the throwback.
and if you open the line, let's just open the line with what on your mind. It doesn't have to be limited to Donald Trump.
I mean, I was
Okay.
not discussing Donald Trump, discussing the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
Okay, so let me open the lines. But before I open the lines, I know people who've been watching, they've been dropping their comments there. So let me go to the comment section first.
And they're gonna kill me because they are Democrats, majority
Yes.
of them.
I don't know. I'm going to read the comments. I don't
Yes.
know whether the comments are against you or Tunis, but I'm going to read the comments. So let me go to the comment section. Let me get to our comment section. So we have Augustine Givelaw. He says, I'm watching from Delaware, USA. All right. Siafa as Massacre Junior. He says, hey, family. Hey, Tom Sir says, Cham from Sierra Leone. I love your program. And Philemon Cole says, so we can play now. Yes. Keep. I was. We not playing now. Keep it country first. Roosevelt Flomo says, good to see you guys. Lena Street, one of our followers. As a matter of fact, Lena Street is always watching from Minnesota, USA. Kuda Williams says, yes, yes. I don't know what she was referring to saying yes, yes. And Ruben Sokol says, I am watching you from my creative space. Yeah, in Warzone. That's Wolokan Temple District, River G County. And we have here, let's see what we have again. Okay, let me see. We have Francis Kolo says, good morning or good evening. I'm watching you from Vonjama City, Lofa County, Lawa Luzu Road Community. Lucini Vani says, uh, all right, Lucini wants me to give him a call. Lucini, I will call you just right after the show. I hope you're not sleeping. And he says, my contact information. Okay, I will do that. I will get your contact. Let me please take your contact quickly. All right, Lucini is here in Liberia, and I'm trying to get his contact. Uh, Okay, yeah. Let me take Lucien in contact. He wants me to get in contact with him. Okay, so where is it? Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Okay, so we have watching Mark Kadama says Arizona is also one. Okay, and Moba Besa says, thank you, my brother. Marian Flan says, this reef, guys, is a very serious excess baggage on this show, man. Oh, you mean excess baggage? And Roosevelt Flomo says, is this the topic for tonight? And Leona Cooper says, Tuning is saying the right thing. Solo need to learn from Tune. All that Tune is saying is a fact, 100%. KB controversies, no Liberian topic today. And Abu Bakar Kamara says, good afternoon to all of you guys. How are you doing? Uh, I'm watching you from Phoenix, Arizona. And Stanley Bozo is watching from Elfie Rototown. And Stanley says, KP Controversies, I think the host of panelists are handling the program rightly, my dear. Stanley Bozo again says, Roosevelt Flomo, the program is educative. Let us listen to the panelists' concern uh, opinion. And Abubakar again says, yeah, it is true. The money he spent on this woman because to cover the story. All right. And felony in Arizona is a big crime, he says. Uh, Stanton Witherspoon uh, have a felony. And so far, Emmanuel Bro says, good morning or good evening, Freedom Radio, Nighttime Spain. I'm watching you from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA on this Thursday. And Akwe Gamakoli says, this is unfair to Wendell, guys. All right, Andrew James Johnson says, good graduation is ongoing in in MN. I think it's Minnesota. And Mama D Morris Kamaris is watching you from North Dakota. Jeremy F. Talker Jr. says, "Good afternoon, guys. I'm watching you from Painesville City, EW Junction, 12 Houses Road Community." And Emmanuel Uriah Johnson says, "Good morning to all." All right, folks, those are all the calls, comments we can take. The 7 minutes we have, we'll take calls and then we go from here. So let's go to the phone lines. Let's take some calls on the phone lines. Call us on 0776 104 0886 500 104. All right, we have 7 minutes, and maybe we can manage the calls within the 7 minutes. Let's take this person. Hello.
Good morning, William.
Morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm okay too.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm
Let's hear you.
T.O. Willie, and I join you from Red Light.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, I'll go for what the two panelists started with,
Mm-hmm.
which is like this, but we cannot do without it. They are the leader of the world. So whatever happens there, happens across the world. So
We got our own wahala here.
yeah. And the Awala is also playing Awala. The Awala is the devotional game. They always play a chess board and I was in our politics too. You see our old man there, Solomon was trying to stress some points, but he didn't know the way out. The Republicans are the old people that believe in the old way of doing things. They are the conservative people. What Donald Trump did there, he didn't do it because in law was a Jews, but he was found in line of the Republican. The Republican believe that the Iranian idea, they were the allies before. There was a king in Iran that was allied to Israel and both America. And then that king, was dethroned by the Republican guy that is in power now.
Okay.
So the Republican take they are looking at the revolutionary guys in Iran as a serious threat to their interests. Because America always deal with interest. They look at those guys as threat to their interests in the Middle East. That is the issue. So by Obama signing some, concession with them, being conciliatory with them, it had the Republicans. So they use Donald Trump to undo. And then our senior men to me also know that every president of a country, according to the Constitution of America, that is in line with the Constitution of Liberia, the president is the leader of the foreign policy.
Thank you. The president is the leader of the foreign policy. So says the caller. And folks, we have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. We can ration the 5 minutes and give you 5 callers a minute each. All right. So 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Call and be live. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Good night.
You can do that to us. You calling and you giving us feedback when I cut you off, and then you will say something else. It's not fair. Okay, since you don't want to change your position, you will have to call back. You don't call us in that kind of a terrible feedback. All right, don't call with feedback when people. They think I think we gotta do a song so we can be playing it every day, so some of you can take it in. Let's talk to you. Hello. Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right, let's hear your name, and you take 50 seconds to make your point.
My name is Mohammed Gaddafi from Brazil.
50 seconds, Gaddafi. Let's hear you.
This is the disaster we get in Liberia, not only Liberia, we have all across the country. So, me as for me, because when you go in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, in Guinea, we say Liberia better than all those countries. Abroad, I'm telling you something serious. And not only Liberia, we better more than 70%. But now, the thing going on in the war, that we just pray to Allah. Let Allah accept everything for all easy in the country.
Okay.
But we want to know on the president issue. We got a leader in the House of Parliament. They said they are aware about it.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Let me cut you off before you go far. Let me talk to Mansisi. I think Mansisi is going to be our last caller. Hello, Mansisi. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to my people in the diaspora.
Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the show. I really want to thank my people.
You just won't speak? Thank you. Thank you, Mansisi. Lady Yeka. Let's take this person as our last caller. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great, Wendell. By the way of introduction, my name is Prince Judy Piri.
Okay, let's hear you. 50 seconds you have.
Commonly called running star from jogging. First in history to see a country president go out for a summit, then the press secretary sat on a floor. It's a big disgrace to our country. But however, that's the word of God. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, how are you? Our last caller. Let's hear your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Anthony F. Farah calling from Chickasawfa, Airtown Avenue.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, the problem of Liberia is not nobody as ourselves, fully Liberian. So if he's sending blame on the president, they want, it will not work. The president instruct people to work with him at least for the country to be better for tomorrow. Now while they get different ministries, now while they get representatives, they get senator, all the people, if they are working together collectively, it will be necessary. So the problem, the monarchy is saying on the president, the president get people to work there.
Hello?
So,
Hello?
yeah.
My man, you can watch football game?
Yeah, I can watch football game.
When the team is not performing, who takes the blame?
Coach will take the blame.
Okay, that answered my question. Thank you so much. Let's leave it there and send controls back to our guys in the States to close up. Tunis? Solomon?
Yes, thank you. So,
Yes.
take the lead.
Anyway, I know it was not intentional. My brother Tunis, we didn't plan to talk about our American politics on our show, but it just came up, and then we're trying to let people know that the way the rule of law is going globally is not the way we have learned. That's not the way we used to depend or trust other countries because of the way whatever they say when it comes to election and things like that. When it happens in Africa, they have all kinds of things to say, but when it happens here, then nobody should say anything. And of course, we are Liberians, we are Africans, and we know some of the stuff that's going on here in America. Um, uh, uh, they are not even going on in some of the developing countries that we talk about. So that's why we're trying to talk about some of these things, some of the unusual things that are going on, and what have you. So again, I will say our apology. Those of you that say I have a lot of baggages and things like that. This is what the show is all about. We have our opinion on certain things. Of course, I was a Democrat for many years, or affiliated with the Democratic Party for many years, and then, of course, when I became citizen of the United States, that was my party of choice. But later on, when I got a detailed understanding regarding these two parties, I decided to affiliate or become part of the Republican Party, and what have you. So I have analyzed and I make my decision on that, and based on my opinion and some of the things that we see, that's what we talk about. But again, it was not our intention to really talk about American issue. And we know that America is about interest, and also to maintain their supremacy. So they will do that. Does not matter what. and we all know that America is not part of the International Crime Court. Something they are not part of the ICC. So, and Israel is not part of the ICC. And so now you say, but why are they pushing certain things and they themselves they are not part of some of those stuff? So that's why sometimes we talk about some of these things when they say, "Oh, this is what the United Nations say," and of course, America is part of the United Nations, but America is not part of the International Crime Court and what have you. So sometimes it is necessary for us to talk some of these things for our people to hear. But we apologize for focusing our program solely and wholly on what's going on in America. But we know whatever goes on here, if it is negative, if it affects America, it's going to affect us over there. If it is positive, whether positive or negative. So that's why sometimes we talk about some of these things. But again, sorry for not hearing what you normally hear on our show. Go ahead, Tony.
I mean, you didn't even say good night to the people.
Oh, good night, my wonderful people. Good night, and we will see you next week.
Okay, sometimes you get carried away, you forget. But anyway, good people, Wendell, yourself, myself over here, we say thank you so much for listening. It's not every day we got to talk about Liberia. This is a radio show. It comes 4 days a week, and we sometimes we change from. We can talk about Yugoslavia. We talk about Saudi Arabia. It's all radio program. Some day may not be suitable to you, and some day will be suitable to you. Liberia is our country, Mama Liberia, and we pray that Liberia will be better for all of us to enjoy, no matter who is the leader. It could be the leader that we don't favor, but we would not swear battle for Liberia because that's our station, that's our country, that's our mother. We can pray to God for the year to run faster, just like how the years pass, so that we can bring who we love. So, thank you for listening, and this is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis. You didn't hear our brother talk today, and he didn't even call the how you call them, the winners today. All of that. So me, I was not feeling good because you were too silent today. I don't know. With that, you the one on, so you were too
I was
silent
silent
today.
today because that other American discussion, I didn't want to be a part of it. Though.
I
Yeah.
tell you, I tell you. But anyway, we appreciate you being here with us, and we pray that tomorrow we'll meet again. Your good night from this end.
All right, guys. Thank you for being there. Thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks to all of you for taking up your time to watch us, to listen, and play your part on the show. The program reappears to the airwaves next Monday. But like I said to you, we made some adjustment in our night schedules. So it's like in the meantime, tentatively, I will be on 2 nights. All right, maybe
Okay.
for a week, maybe for a week, or maybe for a month. But I will sit in 2 nights on the nighttime Spain beginning next week. So I just thought it wise to let you know. Thanks to all of you. My name is Wendell Limne. Good
So,
morning.
so who coming on Wednesday?
I will have to share that with you. All right.
Okay. All
So
right.
I will share that with
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you very much, Wendell. Good night.